Oops. Yeah, it helps if you turn the air off, dummy. Oh, it smells so good. So good. How is everybody coming in today? Tis the awkward part of live. Hopefully my voice stops breaking for it though. So I don't know what the hell happened there on that video, but it was bad. Okay, that's where I left that. Where did I put my... Okay. All right. Hey, Alyssa. I apologize. I don't know what is going on. I have no idea what's going on with my voice. I made a video on the way in, and I had to keep trying to get around it. I apologize. Probably it's because I just put saline in my nose, but I don't know. My sweat pill is working a little too good, and now everything is dry. My nose is dry, my eyes are dry. My mouth and throat are dry. Yeah, but it's hashtag worth it. Don't mind traffic noise, windows are wide open. It's beautiful today. Like literally in the 70s, there's a wind blowing, but it's a warm wind and it's bringing all the smells of spring in. It's one of those perfect spring days. And I wish this air conditioner wasn't in because I would have both windows in here open. But I don't want to take it out either because it's heavy. But then maybe I should because I got to get a new one anyway. I don't know. We'll think about it. Thanks for the gifts. Oxybutynin. It's actually a urinary incontinence pill. It helps you to go less and it helps you to hold it. But the class of medication that it is, it's an anti-C something. I don't remember, to be honest. But that class of medication actually, in the course of stopping you from overproducing, actually blocks your sweat glands. It works kind of like Mucinex and dries you out. Except Mucinex doesn't stop sweating. You have to see your doctor for it. Absolutely worth it. Recommend. Mine was because my mat. I don't know if they would just prescribe it to anybody. But you could ask your doctor. Why are my chats saying they're filtered when I keep turning that filter off? No. Stop turning it back on. Thank you. Thank you, Liv. Whoever commented, it didn't come through. I just see that it says that it was filtered to protect community experience. So I'm sorry. It's like every time I turn it off, I turn around and it's back on. Still can't change my display or my username either. My display name has changed, but I'm still official Miss Ashy Cat for my tag. Hey, Jamie. Ooh, I hope Suzanne comes in. Yep, talk to him. It was worth it for me. It took... The first day, it only lasted like 6 hours. And then the second day, it lasted about 8. And then third day on, I was good. So don't expect it to like work immediately. You will see effects, but it won't. I take 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. So don't expect that to hold the whole time. Other than feeling dried out and raspy, I'm good. How are you? Works a little too good. I had to Walmart order some dry eye drops and nasal spray today because I can't do anything. You're welcome. Any questions, feel free to DM me. My hair is all crazy. I trimmed my ends. Thanks, Jamie. I think it's a mix of being just the pill drying me out and allergies. We'll see. It just started like here after I... Oh, that's why it's messy. It started after I salined, so... I think I need to rebraid my hair. But I trimmed my ends Saturday night. So we're going to keep up with them now. For everybody that's been keeping track of that. I took off about 1 inch. Oh, yeah. And I couldn't remember what the trees were called. They're dogwoods. There's 3 of them across the street from me, and I'm highly allergic to them. And so I had wanted one of those spray cans like the babies have, but I got these that you squeeze. And as soon as I did these, it messed my voice up. And then I got the artificial tears, which will help the allergens in my eyes too. Or at least I think it will. Very small live today. I don't know why. It's unusual. I hear ya. This area is bad anyway because it's like... So, definitely not like the allergies in the city. Thank you. How are you? It's an interesting screen name you have. I'm loving it. I'm guessing you had an old account that got banned or something? Gotcha. It just threw me for a minute when I see it's a brand new account and it's a name like that, that's all. I still can't trust. I'm good, Meanie, and you? He's good. Oh my God. He took his first steps a week ago Friday. Yesterday, I found out that he can count to 5. He's never done it with me before. I count and he just laughs. No, he busted out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think he understands what it means, like for counting, but he knows the words. And today he busted out with "wanna play" because I babysat yesterday, and that's all the little boy kept saying was "wanna play, wanna play, wanna play." Yep, that's how he's doing. Ooh, I hope they didn't damage anything for you, Meanie. I'm good, Brandy, and you? Thank you. Oh, and he had his walker all day yesterday. He's learned how to turn it. He taught himself that yesterday. He's learned how to back it up. like walk backwards with it. That was a little bit of a challenge, but he worked that out in about an hour. He is entirely too smart for his own good, and I'm in trouble. Good, I'm glad. He loves it, and he's fast. I'm not even gonna lie to you, he's fast, and just takes off. We are definitely getting the terrible 2 tantrum starting early. Hey, Star. Hey, Miss Linda. It is, and I hope you are too. Or it is for you too, I should say. Thank you. We went to daycare to drop him off this morning, and I'm like, did y'all know that he counts to 5? She said, no, but I know we count with him too. Well, he counts to 5. So now I'm going to start working on ABCs. Thank you, baby. I definitely could use a turn-off switch for the tantrums, though. Yeah, he is. He's already working on opening the doorknobs, and I have these kind that are the older ones, and they take a little more oomph to turn. He's got it halfway. He's about to open my doors. It definitely saved my life. Like, no lie, no good, no joke, no kidding. It saved me. God, this candle smells so good. Thank you for the gifts, guys. I just posted a video. If y'all saw... Oh, I have one. Give me 1 second. I say I'll be right back and everybody leaves. That was my doctor. They have given me a major fucking headache and I'm like this close to just popping off on them. I told her this is what was going to happen. And she swore it wasn't. So, I took it today. Yeah, so I need it again. Oh no, wait. Okay. The next week would be the 7th, so I'd only be 3 days late. Okay. So they upped my Manjaro. And I was on 2.5. She upped it to 5. I told her I suspected it was going to need a prior authorization because they only authorized the 2.5. And she said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to have you double up on what you have at home, take the 2 shots to make it 5, and then by that time we'll have it cleared and you'll be able to switch right to the regular 5. Well, my insurance will not prior authorize the 5 because they've already authorized the 2.5, which makes no sense because this is how it's dispensed. It typically goes up. So, because I doubled up on the med, it's now got my days messed up. I did what the doctor told me to do, which it's not like I just woke up and decided to do this. I want to make that clear. She told me on Tuesday to take the single one that day and then to take 2 on my next dose day. Now I can't pick it up again until the 10th, which is not as long as I thought it was going to be, but it's still going to be 3 days late. Thankfully, it's in the window. You can go 3 days either way, but it's for blood sugar. It's not like I'm not doing this just for weight loss. I'm doing it to keep my sugar steady. So, I'm annoyed. Just because, I don't know. There should have been a way to write it that they had the approval for... I'm not on metformin. I'm on, oh God, what do they call it? Wait, it might be metformin. No, I think it's its own thing. I'm on Manjaro. I think that's its own name. Generic. Yep. She had me double it up, and now I'm going to be 3 days late because I'm stuck. But it's right in the window, so now I'm not so stressed. But still, it's like, I've had this insurance since 2011. So 14 years. I've done it by myself for 14 years. Well, I've had the Medicaid itself for 14 years, and I had the MCO that I originally had until this past year, and I've been working with the new one since November. Either way, it goes through the same system. It goes through the same checks and balances, so to speak. So I already knew what it was going to do because I've been here, done that. As it was a whole thing Friday because Walmart was sitting on it. It needed the prior authorization, but until the pharmacy puts it through, you can't get there. And they had it for 4 days without doing anything. And then when I called, she was just like, oh, well, I had to put it on Facebook and tag Walmart to get anything done. And within 40 minutes of that post going up, it was sent over. But I'm not going to complain too much because I'm blessed as hell that it's even calling it. I don't know what your dosage is, but maybe see if it's something that you could do by upping the way that you dose what you're already on. Because that's what she did for me. She's increased it from the 1 to 2 so that it'll increase my count that's handed to me. And it'll still be what she wants me to be on. I don't know much about how heart meds work though, so you might not be able to do it and I might be wrong. But it can't hurt. Like for me, instead of getting I'll get 2 4-count boxes instead of just one. It's definitely fun having to do double though. That's surprisingly, it didn't nauseate me though. I just have the tiredness. They are, especially when your insurance doesn't work with you or you're given something that isn't typically covered. But I'm grateful that they even covered it at all. Like, for real, they fought. They were not going to do it. And it's not like I'm just, let's chase for lose weight. I didn't want to lose weight. I was good. I had to get these things today for when my sugar drops because I can't get food to work fast enough to bring it up sometimes. So, if I have access, it won't bring it up. And I don't really keep a lot of sugary stuff around, so I'm not getting cravings for it. My little thing is my Monsters, and that's it. So, yeah, glucose tabs. I hope they're not gross. Or even better, that I don't need them. But I will let y'all know we do have terror spots open. I'm looking for like 3 or 4. Sounds like your doses is too high. Do they have you on any other meds with it? Diabetes meds? Because that could be what it is too. Weird. Hey, Victoria. Thank you. Oh, my legs are stiff. I don't know what else to talk about. I can tell you this candle smells really good, and I'm just so depressed the other one broke. And it's so cute. Look. It's little marshmallows. And the one that broke, hey Ash, I'm good, thanks, and you? He's doing good. I was just saying he now counts to 5 and says wanna play. As of the last 2 days. Hey Alaska. Then she sent me the strawberry macaroon one that broke. And it has little macaroons on top. I don't want to move it too much and make it break, but I'm going to do what they do for the broken Bath and Body Works and get it out of the glass and then just put it back into the other one. Yes, he is. These are from one of the ladies in here makes them. It's oh gosh, I know it's something Wicked Candles Company. Let me find. The Twisted Wickery Candle Company. I linked the lady who does it in the last video I posted where we're talking about them. If you want to check them out. I don't know what the prices are. It is, and I'm glad seeing how fast he's progressing. Even his doctor was kind of floored because while I don't think he understands, he sees the fingers and he'll repeat it, but I don't think he understands the concept that it's numbers he's just repeating. But still, it's ahead of where he should be. We can have one animal if the house votes on it, and it's got to be an animal that's shared communal property. Yeah, that's all I have to do, babe, is like Cash App or PayPal. I'm doing good, Jenny. How are you? Hey, Most. Oh, I didn't tell you, yesterday was 17 months. Officially 17 months. And tomorrow, Man will be officially 17 months old. So now I'm counting down the days for my 18-month tag. Oh, I didn't know you changed your name. Hey, Lisa. I wasn't trying to pronounce that. It looks like it's Mustachioli, but I probably just butchered the hell out of it. Yep, I'm proud of myself. Every day I spend sober is another day longer than I've ever been sober before. Well, now I know and I'll remember. I'm so stoked. I can't wait to get my key tag. Thank you, Jenny. Looks like we're getting a package. Mustachul. Oh, okay. Hey, Kim. I am. Thanks. Hope you are too. Happy birthday and congratulations on 10 years. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel good too. And my sponsors had me working on self-acceptance. Well, thanks, Anna. Thank you, Alaska. Like every time I told you I was gonna butcher it. I knew it. Thanks, Kim. Oh, yay! That is so exciting. I've got baby fever. The more I look at Man's pictures, the more I'm like, I want to do it again and actually live it this time. But now is not the time. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Now is way not the time. I remember how excited I was. I can only imagine how excited you are. Well, thanks, Jenny. I've actually gotten a lot of messages saying how much of a change I've already made. So that kind of helps. I really didn't think it would. but it helps. I need to get on top of doing the dosing videos because people want to see that. I do too, Anna. Thank you, Jamie. We got an Amazon driver, so I'm waiting to see if he's coming here too. I am Amanda, thank you, and how are you? It looks like we're good. The girls order so much though, so you never know. I also have to admit I have a new addiction. Oh, it's nice here today, Anna. It's beautiful. Although I hear we're getting ready to go back in the 40s next week. Ugh. Well, thanks, Jenny. One told me her grandson watches. Or I think it was her grandson. It might have been her son. Yes, he is, Matt, and thank you. Yep, we get along. Now, we don't get along 100% every day. It's like any sisters, but we're pretty good. We agree on a lot of the stuff, and where we don't agree, we're pretty good about settling it out easy, so it's not the worst situation I've been in. We got more snow this year than I've seen in a while, but I feel like we still didn't get a lot. Hey, Patty. Oh, and I think I was telling you, my sponsors got me working on self-acceptance. So y'all get to do it with me because I feel so dumb doing it. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Because going back would mean that I messed up. But she's got me every time I think something negative about myself. She wants me to think of 3 good things about myself in place. No, it's a rehab, so I would have to mess up to go. And then the apartment in Baltimore, I let go of. I'm not going back there. I'm allowed. It's just been a bitch finding somebody with my availability that's willing to work with it. But I also go to school 3 days a week. And I'm loving it. At the rate I'm going, she says I'll be in college by January. And that's with taking the college transition class. So that's exciting. She said I'm doing really good. I know. And thank you, Lisa. Thanks, Patty. I want to do social work with addictions counseling. So I can kind of do both. I could get a job at like a CPS and work in that position as a social worker, but also act as like a peer counselor. I'm considering getting my CPRS too, which is a certified peer recovery specialist. You think so, Lisa? I don't know how I'm going to do it sitting at a desk, but I want to be the help I needed when I needed it. And I think that's a good way, especially when it comes to working with an agency like CPS. Or, here it's Child Protective Services, but I know some people's like Department of Youth and Child or something similar. Departments of Family, things like that. It's all the same thing. But there is this idea that they're just bad. You don't want to deal with them at all. And they really don't want to take your kid in most cases. I am back on step 1 now that I have a new sponsor. She wanted me to rework it with her. I got up to, I was still writing out step 4, but was practicing up till step 9 because, I'm just that cool. I hadn't officially done the step, but I was already making amends and everything. but I'm just waiting to go over the questions for step 1, and then we move on to step 2. And that's one of the things she's been doing that's different from my friend stepping in, is she has me actually living what we worked on. I have to spend time actually doing the thing in the step before she'll let me move on. Thanks, Patty. There's some recovery places that I could work at here too. It's a little bit away from me, but I'm thinking about that in the meantime. But that would have to be more of like an intern or super, super small, like 4 hours a week part-time. And that's why I haven't done it yet. Where I came from. Yes, it's great to help people here, but this isn't the people that, I mean, it's great. I know this is going to sound bad, what I'm saying, and I don't mean it to. It's great to help this community, but this isn't my community. It is, but it's not what I know them. Yes, it's great to help. It's great to see these people getting the assistance, but I would like to see the people that I was out there with come up. I would like to help the people that I know personally too. But that's going to be a lot of work down the line. Because for me, what I battle with, it's not the people in the corners. It's not being around it. It's the memories that come from being around the people that I was associated with. That's my weak spot, is the people. Anybody that was attached to me with that in common, I can't be around. And even like the old job position, the only person that I still really associate with from there is my son's father. Like, we're all family and they'll talk to the baby once in a while, but I don't just call to say hi. I don't know that I could ever live there again. I really don't. But it's a place I could like maybe drive out on a weekend and get a motel and do some work or spend a week, something like that, a couple days. I cannot see me living in Baltimore full time again. Never. I'm used to the relative quiet here. Now that I moved to a more downtownish area, we hear more sirens, but it's still nothing like Baltimore. We even hear a couple dirt bikes, but nothing like Baltimore. Yep, I am Ivy. He was actually with us yesterday. Thank you, Amanda. For me, it's not so much the being triggered that makes me say it, it's the noise. I'm so used to the quiet now, I think it would up my anxiety to be around that noise all the time. Leave and come back, Sarah. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Stevie. I like to say it was the easiest or the hardest easy thing that I've ever done. Jumping in was the hardest part. Once I did it, it was easy. He's never had a problem, Ivy. He's never used. Yeah, TikTok's a little glitchy. He actually is planning to come with us here, too, to kind of just keep us. I mean, obviously, you're never going to get to a totally clean area. There's always going to be some form of access. But the plus side of being here comes down to I don't know where anything is. And with him with me, I wouldn't be able to go out. He monitors just for that reason. He never hung with them. The only people that we had in common was his family at the shop. Anything bad stuff, street related, that was all me. That's kind of where I'm at. And seeing what's going on to people now, it's not worth it for me. I even thought like I was that person when I was in rehab. I'm going to go home and drink. I drank before I came here and I was fine. I don't believe I could do that now. Thanks, Ivy. Looking back, and this is the reason why I say before I got pregnant, I don't usually drink either. But what got me is right before I got pregnant, if I would start feeling sick, I would go get a 6-pack of Smirnoff. And it got to the point where I was drinking between 6 and 12 of them a day. Now, it was only like 3 or 4 months, but I could see me doing that again. Now, granted, it wasn't a compulsion. It was trying to manage the symptoms. But what is it? Any addiction is the same thing. So, congrats on your... That's what I've decided. And I don't even think that, like, just having one... I'm not sure that would be an option. Thank you, Kennedy. Now, it might be I get further along and that changes, but as of right now where I'm at, I don't think so. But it's no big loss. Like, I'm good, Expa. How are you? That's not my one I want. That's why the rehab said they were so okay with me leaving. Because they said I'm very self-aware and I know when I'm at my limit. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm kind of proud of that. Like, even... That's what I'm afraid of, Anna. Thanks, Kennedy. It's nice here. It's in the 70s. Congrats, Kristen. I've always been that way. And that's what drives me crazy with doctors, because I know what I'm feeling. I know what it means. If I get something one time, I will recognize it again. So I've had bronchitis. Now I know what that is. I'll recognize it when I get it. Thank you, Mary Kate. It is vibe. I've got 2 of my 3 open, but the other one has a air conditioner. Or like for years telling the OB, or no, the gyno that speculums hurt. And I kept saying how bad they hurt, how bad they hurt, how bad they hurt. And they kept telling me, no, they don't. I just need to loosen up. Now I've been diagnosed with PCOS, and now we understand why it hurt. Thank you, Ricky. I really appreciate that. And in all the years I have been seeing one, I started when I was 18. I've only had one doctor listen to me and do a smaller one, and that was when I was pregnant. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Sarah. Oh, yeah. Do you know how many years I have fought to have my diabetes recognized? Because when you take the blood test, my A1C looks perfect. It looks normal. But living day to day, I can tell you it's not normal. And it shouldn't be that way. Even if they don't believe us, they should at least hear us out. Don't just blow us off. At least pretend like you care. But I've gone through it. Just like I always said, my mood swings weren't bipolar. I didn't feel bipolar. I didn't fit the bipolar. They said I was bipolar 1, which is like the most bipolar you could be. And you're supposed to like rapid fire mood swing. That's not my problem. My problem is anxiety and ADHD. Exactly, Rice Baby. then it's the same thing. I mean, I understand it's a fine line, but the mistakes they make are insane. I always knew there was something wrong with me too because in my early teens I wasn't regular. I would go months without it, and then I would have it when it finally came. It would be so painful. Yep, I knew something wasn't right too. And then I went on the pill, and that kept me normal. I was on the pill for 10 years, and it took 19 months to get a cycle back after that. But then it was perfect, it was regular. But I was also drinking spearmint tea with honey in it, which is a great natural balancer for that. I know. I've been to so many different doctors for so many different things. I've had 4 gynos check me and say there was no PCOS or endometriosis. They didn't know what my problem was. My hormones were just unbalanced. Um, Same with the diabetes. They didn't know why it dropped. Just eat more. No, we were talking about our cycles and PCOS. To be honest, it's very rare for PCOS women to get pregnant, from what I'm understanding. Or it's a lot harder, is what I should say. I don't know how mine worked. To be honest, I'd been doing it for years, like thinking it wasn't going to happen again. But I managed it 3 times before Man. I just had mine done, and that's finally what got things moving. Whatever she saw, she said I had PCOS. Oh, I'm sorry, Christina. What's a Dutch test? Just the one surviving. My son. I can tell you, I was in the middle of upping my hormones and getting them balanced when I got pregnant. Oh, gotcha. Hey, Dawning. Good to see you too. I'll have to check that out. I'm good, Emily, and you? Thank you. So, for the PCOS ladies that want to do it, and thank you, Uri, and I hope you do too. I had been taking ashwagandha, which does not taste good. Try and get it in pill form, not chewable. I was drinking spearmint tea with honey in it. At first, it was 2 cups a day, and then when my cycle came, it was just 1. And it has to be honey because they're both natural balancers. And my period still wasn't right, so I had found one. I searched female hormone balance or female fertility will bring up the same thing, and got a supplement from Amazon. My cycle got right, and 2 months later, I got pregnant. Well, thank you, Emily. Oh, yep, I lose my thought. Doing exams, checking my tests and everything. We actually have PCOS, though, which is done by a hormone panel. They really are. The fact that we can have whole babies come out of a little hole. Thank you, Ashley. Although I will say, who's to know, as many times as I've been lied to, who's to know they were lying about checking it. Hey, Sandra, how are you? I don't know. I'm just telling you what they told me. Thank you, Emily. I mean, I can't imagine people are getting diagnosed a lot if it was surgically, though. Yeah, I hear ya. Let's see. I have my laptop next to me. Let's see. Hey, Miss Jackie. He's doing great. Yesterday he was counting to 5, and today he started saying, "Want to play?" I'm not clicking you. Go away. Oh my God, he had his walker zooming through the house yesterday. He has learned to back it up, turn it, and they put a thin lighted tube, a laparoscope into your abdomen to visualize and if needed biopsy. That's the gold standard. They can also do it via a pelvic exam, imaging tests such as ultrasounds and MRIs, and biomarkers. Thank you, morning. Thank God. He will be 17 months tomorrow, Emily. Thank you, Tiffany. I've had the pelvic exams and I had ultrasound. So, there are other options. It's not just. Typically, an experienced gynecologist will suspect or may suspect endometriosis based on a woman's symptoms and findings during the pelvic exam. Currently, the only way to 100% diagnose endometriosis is through a laparoscopy, which is a minor, minimally invasive surgical procedure. I didn't show symptoms, so that would be why I didn't get that. PCOS is a hormonal imbalance, so there's not really, aside from like hair being darker, thicker, or growing a lot in wrong places, or periods being messed up, there's not a lot to go off of unless you have a hormone panel done. Thank you, Tiffany. Well, so far my hormone panel says PCOS. And when I was pregnant, they didn't see any uterine lining growing anywhere it should have been. Hey, Jamie. Which is what endometriosis is when the lining grows outside, not in. I'm just glad I finally got a doctor who freaking listens to me. I can't say that because my last doctor I had in Baltimore was really good. She was the one who clued me in about spearmint and gave me the freedom to try it instead of putting me back on a pill. And I had my period in 2 weeks. Yep, and I was missing. I would get pain on one side, which leaned towards PCOS more than endo. Yes, ma'am. Spearmint tea. I need to make some. Yep, I'm in Delaware now. I will go make some now because I haven't had any today. And I'll show you what I use. But it specifically has to be spearmint with honey. Both of them are balancers and they work best together. I hadn't seen my period for 19 months. Drank it and in 2 weeks I had a period. And stayed regular since. Well, thank you, Punk. So this is the tea.
What's up, sweetheart?
I'm on live.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
This is the blend of spearmint and peppermint. I don't usually do this one, but it was all I could get. So long as it's got spearmint in it, it works. And then I just, don't you fall. Regular old honey. You can get straight spearmint tea too. I had a whole big bag and the rehab threw it away after telling me I could have it. I was pissed. That's how I lived, Ev. The last time I had a period before I had the baby, I think a cyst actually busted. And it's the only time I've ever had a sign that would make me say that. The pain was excruciating. I have not just in a regular day-to-day cycle had that much pain in my life. It was terrible. And then I got pregnant. Ugh. All right, you can just see my face. Ashley put her stuff in accidentally or something. Yeah, she talked to me about it. Now, she had talked to me yesterday because she come down in the middle of Jen S's. Her time.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was like, what?
No, you're good. I'm gonna go ahead and do it longer this time because I'm gonna let it set and cool down. But I'm telling you, I get hair along my chin, and it used to be so thick and black. I still feel the thickness. I got one right here. And you can kind of see it's dark, but it's not like it used to be. I don't get them all over my neck and across here anymore. That stopped when I got pregnant and hasn't come back. My arm hair used to be really dark and thick. That's gotten lighter again. But that's been like the majority of my issue with it. I am 4'9¾", but we rounded up to 4'10".
Can you give me a second to get out of the kitchen and then I'll get away from you going like I'm not practicing.
That's why I'm in here.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. I'll be out in a second.
Yep. Nobody really realizes until they meet me in real life. Me either. Did it get better for you, Red? Mm-hmm. I see. I don't know where everybody went. It got really quiet really quick. Oh, yeah. I have no problem with that. Hey, Cassidy. That's what I do. Plus, when I walk around, I always kind of like will angle it so I'm mostly in the screen.
Thank you.
This girl, I literally want to move out because of her. He's good. Just started counting to 5 and saying, want to play. Give me 1 second. I'll be right. They do. I was oh, that's what was said, but she kicked out one of the kids the other day out of the dining room because I want to spend time with my son. It's been a week. Don't mind me, I put a lot of honey in. But I do. Yep. I've been told to be quiet, observe, don't do anything. I'm making myself a target because I want to make change. Because I don't want to bow down and just let people do what they want. Yep, basically, Jenny. A lot of work, a lot of serenity prayers, and a lot of deep breathing. That's how I do it. It is. It's coming. I'm heading back up though, so. But anyway, this is the tea. It's Bigelow's mint medley. Do not get peppermint. Peppermint will not do the same thing. Thanks, Dawning. I wouldn't used to. I've done a lot of work. It was not the easiest part of rehab, but it's the part that served me the best. Oops. I did not mean to slam that. That's what my roommate just said. I have 5 right now. I have to be. Because if I was the way I was before, I'd be in jail all the time. And we don't want that. We don't want that at all. I get myself in trouble with my mouth too. And I don't have an off button. I've told you about the dude that pulled the pew-pew. I think I told you we got held up in the shop when I was 7 months pregnant, which was another dude. I got hit in the chest by a shovel in the middle of trying to keep baby daddy away from a guy that he was fighting with. Okay? This speaks more volumes than I can. This tells you all you need to know. And I don't remember that. And I go in there like fucking Scrappy-Doo. Let me at him. I do that a lot, Jenny. I'm not going to lie. When I get mad and don't express it the right way, or I have to hold on too long, I will bust out and cry. Yup, I'm tiny. The switch on the wall. So I don't think of this, and I just go in head first, and yeah. But it works. It works either because I get hurt and they feel bad, or because I get just as big and bad as they do and they don't like it. But it usually works. But that's why I gotta be careful, because I will do bad things, and we don't want to do bad things. Yep. We'll round it up and say I'm 4'10". I'm literally 4'9 3/4", which when they told me that, I laughed my ass off because I'm a Potterhead. But yeah. I am very short. I'm a little thick, but not like I used to be. I used to be really big. I just got this tummy to get rid of and the loose skin. But yeah. I don't let my size deter me. Now, I will not lie. There have been times I've been physically picked up and removed, and I can't stop it. But those are rare because I do know how to kick. So you get it, Megan. You get it. I know. People don't realize how short I am. And when I first was getting bullied on here, people actually said I was exaggerating on my height and how short I was. For real. I've done some stuff in my life. When I was like 12, 13, the girls in the neighborhood got real big into Snoop Dogg and decided that they were going to emulate the practices of Snoop Dogg, if you're catching my drift. And so if you wanted to be friends with them and be part of these occurrences, you had to get a lot by all of them. And if you got up, you could join. I did it. I don't know why. I guess I wanted to be cool. Thank you, Killer. Amen, Cassidy. Yep, I did it and did it again to get out. Looking back, now that I've been around the real thing, like, yeah, we were playing. But it was a dangerous game to be playing. And if it was any other neighborhood, it would have gotten us in a lot of bad things. So, yeah, I've done that. That was a thing. That also ended up in half my hair being burnt off over liking a guy. That was also a thing. And, yeah. My hair was about as long as it is now. And literally almost a perfect half came to my shoulders and the other half came to my waist. So I had to cut it all off. I find trouble. I do. It's like I got a magnet in my butt for trouble. And there will always be that one. No matter how happy I am, no matter how good things are going, there will always be that one that just tests the hell out of me or makes it so difficult that I just want to scream. Oh, yeah. But I can tell you what, having Man calmed me down a lot. Well, having Man made me think more before I act. It didn't calm me down. And learning proper coping mechanisms. One of the things they had me do was try and count to 100 and backwards. So try and count down from 100 in my mind. I am in an Oxford house now, which is like sober living. Yep. Not mentally, emotionally. One of the things I've discovered in this adventure is I'm very emotionally immature. He's good. Just found out he can count to 5 and says, wanna play. Does he know what counting to 5 means? No, but he knows the words. Yep, I've been here for a little over a month. He's doing good. I'm 36. So yeah. Hey, G. I was 24. I had my first drink when I was 17. But first dipping into anything, I was 21. When it got heavy, I was 24. And they talk about how time freezes. I literally feel like I'm still in 2014. There will be certain things I do where it's like, I'll feel like I'm back, like early childhood time. It's messed up my whole sense of time. No, you're good. For me, what happened did happen young. It was caused by trauma. I have CPTSD. Well, congratulations and happy birthday in case I don't see you before July. But I can't blame anybody. My parents did what they could with what they had, and we're both emotionally immature. themselves. And so I'm breaking the cycle. That's how I see it. They raised me to be what they knew, and that's what they knew. So in my head, I was always older. I always acted older, but my emotions never matched. I deal with a lot of selfishness. Not so much now as it was before, but there was a long time where all I cared about was getting my way, even before I used. I found out recently in counseling that it's actually a form of self-obsession to believe everybody is talking about you or doesn't like you. And the way my counselor explained it is because how big do you think you are that you're occupying these people's every waking moment? When she put it that way, it made sense. Did it make the anxiety go away? No, that's still there. But now it's easier to go, yeah, maybe, they might be, but most likely not. And it kind of touches on it too, but not in the realm of anxiety. But yep, you're deluding yourself that you're so important that people think about you that much. And now that I know, I can fix it. But the biggest thing we're working on at this point, like I said earlier, is self-acceptance in all forms. When I'm feeling guilty, I have to remind myself, well, I did this, so yes, I did that, but I did this too. When I'm not liking my body, she makes me find 3 positive things for every 1 bad thing. And I'm actually being taught how to live the steps and not just answer the questions. So it's pretty fun. And she took me on because 2 things. The way I answered the questions, she said, impressed her. And because even before I ever touched step work, I was already doing it. I just didn't know. But I didn't do it fully, if that makes sense. There were aspects, like I already had found a higher power. Excuse me. I'd already found a higher power, already gotten a relationship going. So I was already working 1, 2, and 3 before I ever even knew what step work was. We sort of started on step 4 in counseling. Same concept, not as in depth, but same concept. Same with step 5, same concept. And when I make the videos for you guys, I talk to people that I've had issues with in real life, the friends that I lie to, I got a lot. And I may never be able to finish it. But I've also learned, thanks to my sponsor, that every act of service I do also pays back what I've taken. So if I can't, maybe the person's gone now, or maybe I don't know how to find them, or maybe they won't even listen to me. That helps to alleviate the guilt and the burden of it, which is a pretty cool idea. I do run through an inventory of my days, which is step 10. I do that every night. I always have. And I do step 11 every night and every day. I always have prayer, meditation, and work to improve that relationship. And I kind of sort of do to step 12 because what I do borders on it, going out and kind of carrying the message to those in suffering. These will be easy for me. But now I got to learn how to do it fully and the right way. I don't know if they're even still here, the person that asked about step work earlier. I think it was Miss Lisa. But yeah, that's how that works. And I'm very, very proud that I've come this far. Thank you, Cassidy. I got about 15 minutes left, so if anybody wanted readings, now would be a good time to get in. If not, no biggie. We'll just do a little more tomorrow after class. No, she did not make me. However, I had to agree to the plan that I do intend to get off of it at some point. NA does not have any rule except the desire to not use. What it comes down to with people telling you to get off first is their own personal opinion. It's not NA's. The original concept of the steps was that it was supposed to help you get clean. Well, thanks, Cassidy. I just never thought I would be here. Like, right before I had found out. Well, no, right before I found out, and then like in the middle of finding out or being, not finding out, but being, I was pretty sure this was all I was going to have in life, and that there was no coming back. I don't know days because I don't count them. It's 500 and something. Thank you, Debbie. But I hit 17 months yesterday. Yep, I never left TikTok. I've been sharing my sober journey. Do you know I didn't even believe I was pregnant? Like, for real. Looking back, some of the order is jumbled. Well, thank you. Thanks, Tiff. Yep, really. So I noticed two things back to back, but one of them I could attribute to use. I was very, very unable to go. Very, very unable. Thank you, babe. So I didn't think anything of it. And then I was live one day and had what turned out to be a tension headache, which I'd never had in my life. And it was miserable. And nothing could make it go away. And then I think it was like literally the next day, I went to get in the shower and the water hitting my lady guests felt like sandpaper. It hurt so bad. And I would have to put an arm across my chest like this to get a shower because it was literally like sandpaper just scrubbing at my tits. Thank you, Tiff. I really do appreciate it. So at this point, I'm telling people, one person's like, yeah, you're pregnant. And I said, no, I don't feel pregnant. It keeps me focused. So when that started hurting, it was only a couple days, I started getting this weird feeling at my bikini line, like little twinges, not like a baby moving. I can't explain it. The closest thing I can explain it to is if you took your nail and did this lightly down your skin, it was the weirdest feeling. The doctor eventually said it was my uterus stretching. Still didn't believe. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry, babe. So, all that week, I kept feeling like I was getting my period. And every time I go check, I didn't have it. Now, my period at that point, like I said, with my spearmint, it was spot on. I would get it. I don't know how many of you have the iPhone cycle tracker where you get the 3 possible days, the 5 solid days, and then 3 possible days at the end. I was never outside of those possible days. Thank you, and you too, and thanks for the follower. So I'm like right at the cusp. I'm like the last full should be bleeding day. I had a baby. And I still don't have it. I had tried a Taco Bell meal in the course of all of this. And I don't like a lot of nacho cheese. A little bit, not a lot. I literally licked the cup clean. The cheese was so good. Didn't think anything of it. I really wanted another one. So I went and ordered it the next day. And this is part of why I will never drink again. It's making me nauseous even thinking about it. His dad, thank you, Haley. His dad opened a bottle of white rum. And I want you to know before I go any further, I could drink this like water, no chaser, no problem. He opened the bottle of rum all the way behind me at the back of the room. And I smelled it and my stomach turned and I couldn't eat. And he made me a drink and put it in front of me. And I'm it's still making me nauseous talking about it, man. I'm like, sometimes the smell does do that because I had some heavy drinking in my younger years, like 18 to 20. So I took a sip and gagged so hard. And to this day, the smell of it, the thought of it, the sight of it makes my stomach sick. So I mentioned to a friend that had happened. No, we're talking about when I got pregnant with Man. I told a friend that it happened, and she's like, you need to get a test. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't feel pregnant. So the next day, literally back to back, it was really quick how this was all in the course of about a week. Maybe 10 days. I started spotting, but it was a color I'd never seen. It was like sandy brown. And it was literally like 2 little spots and gone. Okay. It's just being weird. It's coming. It's just a little late. Nothing happened again. The next day I got a couple more little spots. Nothing happened again. So we get to Saturday when I get to the last of the drops. Thank you, Kelly, and I hope yours is too. I had the most agonizing back pain that I had ever had. And I was getting cramps down the insides of my thighs. And when I moved, my legs felt like they were going to pop out of the socket. So finally, the same friend said, you need to get a test because if you're not pregnant, there is something wrong. Like you're talking endometriosis or something serious. You need to take a test. So I got up the next morning, didn't pee, rode the bus all the way down to Family Dollar, get my little test, got a 2-pack because I was so convinced it was going to be negative. Just in case I still didn't get it, we could have an extra. I get home. I always want to just, I hold it and go. I don't do the cup thing. And I put the little cap on, laid it on the sink while I finished. And I'm watching. Thank you, Kaylee. I'm watching the liquid go up. You know how it kind of like makes that foggy pink color? And then you'll get to the lines. Well, it starts going up and it stops. And it's real dark right there. And I'm like, God damn it, I broke the test. And it stays there for a second. And then it moves. And there's a line. So I'm like, well, thank you, Britt. I hope it's relating in good ways, but I bet not. And I'm here if you need help or want to talk. But thank you very much. I look down and there's a line. Thank you, Leah. Pregnancy story for Mr. Man. Somebody asked me how I knew I was pregnant. Well, it hit the first line, and in my mind, it's negative, right? No, we're talking about when I got pregnant with Man and how I knew. So I pick it up to go to the light to make sure that I'm right. And just as I walk out of the room, there went the second line. I laughed, screamed, and cried all at the same time. All at the same time. And was in shock. I know, he'll be 17 months tomorrow. I just told his dad, we need to get stuff together because I want a sister for him. I want a little girl. And I'm not going to give up hope that I can have one. I'm a little older, but times have changed and you can get pregnant older without issues. So we'll see. Oh, he was absolutely over the moon. In fact, I had told him that Saturday. That's what I said. I just want to be in a little bit better situation than sober living. His dad said when he turns 2. Somebody already said I'm going to be pregnant when he's 2. So we'll see. Right, Mel? That's how I see it. That's a good space. Thank you, Spritey. My thing was I did not want 2 under 2. And that's why when we had the false alarm, I was like, yeah, this is the worst news ever. That was my biggest fear. Yes, we are, Amanda. When I told him I needed to test, I said, I need to go to the store. And he said, okay. I said, no, I need to go to the store Exactly, Kaylee. And he's like, well, I don't get it. What are you telling me? And I said, I think I need a test. And he goes, oh, good things? And I said, maybe. I called him, and as soon as the phone rang and he answered it, he went, it's good things, isn't it? He was ecstatic. And then when he found out it was a boy, he has a daughter that's grown. But when he found out it was his first boy, oh my God. Which is funny too, because that whole week of going through everything, um, I'm 36 with the youngest, or with the youngest. I'm 36 with a 17-month-old too. Girl, you are not kidding. Phew, Kelly, you're a superhero. They're good until they find stink bugs in your carpet that you just got and smash it with their fingers, and now you can't get the freaking smell off of them, and his father just laughs. And that's why I believe I can do it. Thank you, Amanda. His dad? No, he's never. Yeah, he was having a ball with it. So there's no question of if he's going to like bugs at all. He was chasing that thing through my brand new little rug. Oh, I was so upset. I wanted to scream and cry. I hate stink bugs. But that whole week, aside from the symptoms, twice I talked to him about being pregnant, not even realizing. The night before I took the test, oh, all the time. Snakes don't bother me, but I'm worried about the rest. I was 6 years apart from my sister, Jenny. I was pregnant 34 to 35. Actually 34, and then I turned 35 a month later. It's not, Kelly. The way that they show love with violence is confusing, but I accept it. Yeah, so is mine. He loves to be tossed up in the air. He likes it when I drop him on the bed. He stands on my chest and I let him like that. I keep my hands behind him, but he loves the feel of that fall. Yeah, we're getting to that point with mine too. Although he will randomly turn around and just squeeze me. I'm good, Pixie, and you? That's what his doctor said. I asked him about it, and he said, yeah. Girl, I don't know how you did it at 14. I was 34 and wasn't prepared. Yep. Oh, he's so ticklish everywhere, Stace. I swear I will not try more than 2 more times for a girl. And if I don't have a girl by the end of the 3rd time, we're done. I'm not going to be one of those women who keeps trying until I get it. No, 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 no. We've already discussed this. Oh, Pixie, don't play with that because that can get dangerous really quick. Did you take some Tylenol? He's doing good. Counting to 5 and says, wanna play. Thank you, Ken. I'm sorry, Tamika. Hell no, Kaylee. I don't want 6 anything. Thank you, Jenny. He did it trying for a boy, didn't he? If it doesn't go down, then maybe go to urgent care. I don't know if I could do that many kids. That would be cute, Cassidy. Thank you, Amy. That's what his father keeps saying, that if I get pregnant again, it's going to be twins. And I actually did read where you're more likely to have twins when you're in your late 30s. At rehab, there was a little boy who told his mom she could shop for a baby. she didn't have a man in her life and he wanted a sibling, and that's what he told her. She could shop for it. He was like 2.5. You just got them all done right back to back, didn't you? You are brave, Amanda. Hey, Double. They are, Jules. And they give you endless hours of entertainment. Maybe. It was funny. He used to tell her all the time he loved my baby. And he would say it was his baby and that mommy needed to go buy one. I don't think that's how it works. If so, then please direct me to it and let me be able to choose the gender. Part of me doesn't want to space him out too far, but I want at least 2 years. At least. You know, surprisingly, Gabby, everybody thought I would be after what I went through, but I just really want a little girl. I want to dress her up all cute, do her hair. I see a lot of drama in the little girls. You must not be around much, or else you would know that I've been trying and trying and trying since I've been in this place. Yeah, I'm not doing all that, Tiff. That was my fear, Cassidy. You too, Mel. Hey, be kind. I always wanted a boy first and then a girl so he would protect her. And then hopefully wouldn't beat on her too much. Because, you know, he's raised her from a baby, kind of. Does it keep you on topic too, Kaylee? Thank you, Kay. I'm good, and you? It does. It blows my mind, too. I just found out Elon Musk made all his kids boys. I don't know. He's crazy. I've seen it in real life, Lynn. But I bet the boys still protect the hell out of him, don't they, Amanda? Oh, Courtney, that sounds cute. Sounds like a good... I gotta pick up my room today, too. I gotta do laundry. That's where I'm heading when I'm done here. I hope you feel better, kind. Well, of course. But nobody else can pick on her because that's his sister. That's the kind of relationship I hope mine has. He is adorable, counting to 5 and says, want to play. Walks with his walker, took his first steps a week ago without it. Growing like a freaking weed. Tomorrow he'll be 17 months. Yeah, I have ADHD. It keeps me focused. Thank you, B. But it's almost 2 o'clock. I better go get myself moving. We did not do tarot readings today, so I'll have to squeeze some more in tomorrow. Keep me one. I am, Tracy. How are you? And thank you. I usually aim for 3 a day, 30 to 40. But when I have extras, I'll probably just add like 2 tomorrow and 2 another day. So it's not overwhelming everybody. Later, Cassidy. I will, and thank you. Thank you, Kaylee. Oh, yeah. He helps with everything now. Although getting him to let go of things is fun. I hope you do too, Amanda. I hope everybody has a good day. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I may not be able to chat as much tomorrow, but you're still more than welcome to hang out. And thanks, everybody, for the gifts and the follows and just having fun. You too, Courtney.